Why does everybody think they deserve a day in the life?
Like, everybody thinks they deserve a mixtape now. To be honest, a day in the life of Jimmy down the street. Like, bro, you're not even like that.
This is no disrespect to Jimmy from down the street.
Jimmy from down the street, you might be nice. Bro, nobody's watching that.
People that haven't paid you a dime. I need it tomorrow.
Is it done yet? Faking conversations.
To get to the is it done yet
Is
is
it
crazy.
done yet? I freaking hate that. I'm sorry.
Where's that clout gonna get you?
And it's always, man, this is going to be the next one. I'm trying to tell you.
Everybody's the next one.
I got Lil Jimmy. He finna be a 5-star.
Lil Tay Tay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You ready?
Let's rock. Don't you just love? Woo!
So here we are. 8 months later, finally filming episode 2. Right?
Yep.
What's taking so long?
Life, really. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in our lives that makes it hard to film podcasts.
I mean, yeah, but damn, 8 months. Like, what have we been doing?
It's been a blur. It's been a blur. I have no clue what has happened. 8 months? It's really been 8 months?
Yeah, we started filming. So last year, September, during the finals, we were in Vegas.
Yep.
Aces versus Connecticut. That was our first official episode. And we have not filmed or even attempted to film since then.
Wow. That's embarrassing.
I mean, at this point, I think that, like, obviously we're still trying to figure this thing out. So the reality is it's going to be some trial and error. What I'm learning is that this is not going to be a week-to-week, month-to-month podcast. It's going to be every 6 to 8 months when we find some time.
Let's not do that. 6 to 8 months.
That's not that long.
We can find time every 2 months at least.
How are we going to find time when you're never here?
I am now. I have no obligations to go anywhere.
So, explain to me where you've been the past few months.
The past few months, I have been in all type of cities.
All type of cities?
Yeah.
You sound like a Jezebel.
Wow.
What have you been doing the past few months?
I have been doing some CP3 stuff, CP3 camps that we done together.
Yeah, okay.
Shot some stuff in Portland with my boy Keon.
You've been in Portland a lot, low key.
Yeah.
You went there for almost a month.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
You've been to Portland multiple times.
Yeah, like now that I really think about it, it's really Portland.
You've been with Kobe.
Yeah.
You were just in Chicago for the combine.
Oh yeah, the NBA
How are
draft.
we gonna squeeze in podcast episodes when you're always gone?
Taking on the road.
I don't go with you.
You didn't ask.
You didn't offer.
Well, I told you, you're coming to the draft.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully our boy Kobe Brown gets drafted.
Yeah. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll be excited. Underrated for sure, but
6'8". Humble guard.
I mean, in all seriousness though, you have been traveling a lot. I've been traveling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really hard to get these episodes out. So I think that's part of like the struggle of being a creative, honestly, is like trying to find time to do the things that you want to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're not even talking about self-care. We just talking about maybe like doing fun stuff that you have fun shooting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time for it anymore because it's like grind.
Yeah.
The better you get, the more people start hitting you, the more opportunities come your way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you literally don't get to slow down.
At all. Like, I'm really looking forward to like actually being here for more than 5 days.
More than a week?
Oh yeah, more than a week.
I mean, it's a good problem to have. You can't complain too much, but
yeah,
I definitely understand. I think the last time we filmed, we were in Vegas shooting for the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up shooting a workout. And then from that point on, it just got crazy. Because basketball season has started, college basketball. And from that point, like, it just doesn't stop. And so here we are, fast forward, finally getting a moment. It's summer. And basketball gets crazy in the summer.
Every time. Well, except June. June is kind of light.
June is light, but is it? Because people started coming home from school.
Wow.
You start getting like the open runs, the NBA runs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The draft. People getting ready to go to summer league.
Mm-hmm.
It's WNBA season. All the camps, AAU tournaments. Brands get it popping in the summer.
We just can't win, huh?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think like it's funny too because like obviously we talk about the grind, we talk about how serious it is, how busy it is, and all this stuff. And like right now, I feel like a hot topic is doing free work. And in the summer, it's a good opportunity to do free work. How do you feel about that?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't do free work to get in certain places. Like, for example, I can put this out here because we discussed this, and this was like we did this. Alabama Fusion, my first year there, I wanted to be on the EYBL circuit. Didn't get paid at all. They gave me gear, and I was cool with that because at the end of the day, I had a free ride to the EYBL, had a hotel room, and I could record some of the best players that I'm not going to see in Alabama. So that was a cool little experience. But at the same time, I mean, I had to work very hard, put out, videos the next day, 5-6 videos the next day. Still at the same time trying to get my V-Boost content, with the top players like Sharif Cooper, Brandon Boston, all that type of stuff. And it was stressful. But it paid off in the end because, people looking at it, they like, dang, he everywhere. No, that was stressful. It was stressful.
Would you still do that now?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Why not?
I really feel like I have put in my dues for the free work of that nature. Like, because I'm not even touching on more stuff that I've done for free, but literally from like 15 through 18, I'm doing free work. The most I probably made was $120.
From 15 to 18? 3 years?
Like, no cap. Like, it was bad. It was bad.
I mean, so here's my thing with that. So you're saying that, and I understand because it was like when you were first starting, but like listening to the age range, like I kind of get it. It's like you're a kid still.
Yeah.
Would you recommend that being like the lifestyle for someone who may be older? Let's say 21 to 24, 21 to 25.
No, because they have bills. You don't have a parent to fall back on. And even at 15 through to 18, people still have bills, like they don't have a two-parent home where you can fall back on and, do whatever you want to do in the world. Like you can't do that.
I mean, I feel like it's an interesting conversation, and I feel like lately people have been talking about it a lot, and not just obviously like creatives, but people in general, just like using free work as an opportunity to grow. I think my problem with it is that one, it's not one size fits all, right? Everybody's situation is different. So you might be okay with doing that, but it doesn't mean the next person should be automatically okay with that. And then I also think like circumstances matter too. Like just listening to you from the age 15 to 18, like you probably were, I'm assuming, in high school, right?
Yeah.
Living at home, no bills, whatever. Everybody's situation is different. So for me, it's like when I first started shooting, for real, I was probably like 24. So like for me, I'm not shooting for free, at least not with that being like the rule. I feel like there's always an exception to the rule. And nowadays it's like you get people who are quote unquote on, right? That just spread this whole mantra of you should do free work, you should do free work, without giving real like context to what that looks like. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, like, yeah, say yes to some opportunities if it's good for you, right? Yeah. Like if LeBron hit you up right now and was like, yo, I'm working out in LA, pull up.
Oh, I'm there.
You're going to pull up, right? But it's
every
like,
time.
How often are you going to get those opportunities versus like, you know, the local trainer that's like, hey, I got such and such in the gym. Can you work with me all summer for free?
And it's always, man, this is going to be the next one. I'm trying to tell you.
Everybody's the next one.
Every time. They always want to do that. I got Lil Jimmy. He finna be a 5-star.
Lil Tay-Tay.
Yep. You gonna catch his rods. He gonna help you out. Y'all gonna gain followers together. It doesn't work like that. Especially in the space that we're in. Instagram doesn't reward you for that. So
yeah, it's a different world now.
It's
for sure.
It's not gonna happen. If you want followers, you gotta have the voiceovers. You gotta have not even the Twitter quotes anymore. It's really the voiceovers and the quotes.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like social media, especially with like the introduction of TikTok, is changing a bit, and like not just like how we digest it, but how we create. And so it's kind of taking the joy out of it. And so when you're talking about stuff like that, like it's not the same. Like when I was first building my Instagram, getting to 10,000 followers was really a grind, but it was like real organic stuff that was happening, like real content. And now it's like it's a joke, you know, like you just putting out nonsense because it's the trend, and if you don't do it, like you don't get rewarded via Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is. But it's interesting, and I feel like it's funny to me that you bring up these trainers who try to like put you in a situation, for example, with like the next big thing. And like, let's just say you do get in that situation where you working with a kid, you're working with a player 3-4 years, following them the entire time in high school. Maybe you're doing it for free. What does that look like when that player does make it and does get drafted? Have you seen success in that? Have you seen anybody really be rewarded from following a kid that long? And then you're like, oh yeah, he's still with him, or she's still with that person.
Wow. You're really good at how you maneuvered that. I love how you did that. But to be honest, from my experience, I have not experienced that yet. My closest comparison to that would probably be what's going on with my best friend now, Kobe. But it was never, this is like a genuine relationship. Like, I didn't attach myself to him in 7th grade and say, hey, I'm going to follow you till you go to the league. No. Like, so I've never really had a situation where I had a kid that I followed from the beginning and they made it all the way to the league that I shot for free.
Yeah.
They kind of just leveled off in college. And then to speak on like seeing other players that had their guys in high school, they didn't bring them to the league.
Yeah.
They got new people. And it kind of sucks because it's like, dang, like they was really there for you from the beginning, you know, in the trenches. Probably didn't get paid at all. And like, you just threw them to the curb and went with the clout, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So
I think that's my biggest problem with like shooting for clout. Is like, where's that clout gonna get you?
Yeah.
And we get so one track minded on just this person is popular, this person is whatever.
Yeah.
That like when that person doesn't exist anymore, like what's next for you? Like what do you do when that person leaves you behind, or you know, maybe the circumstances, maybe they get drafted or they go to college somewhere super far and you can't get there.
Yeah.
You know, like things happen, but it's just like chasing that clout, man, it's a dangerous game because clout changes from person to person, from thing to thing, right? It's always about what's next, what's popping next.
Yeah.
And you could be chasing a person that's quote unquote popular and they can edge out, especially with social media. Like think about like park takeovers and park runs and stuff like that, like how popping it was in the pandemic. And like now it seems to kind of be fizzling out a little bit. But think about like, I'm sure all those hoopers probably had videographers or photographers with them, and you probably think that you're gonna grind with them, and then it's like, so what do you do when that trend now is over?
Man, hopefully you had a backup plan. Hopefully you wasn't just betting on that one person. You know, like
It's a dangerous game, man.
You can't bet on that one person. Like, I think if it was like Winbay, if it was a Winbay,
yeah, but that's an anomaly, right?
Nah,
that's
I'm just saying.
This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah,
only one person is gonna get that. It's millions of creatives. Millions.
That's true.
There's one on every corner. There's one shooting every team.
Now, it didn't used to always be like this.
I mean, it didn't, but like now it's like crazy. So it's like, who do you take with you?
I'm taking who was there from the beginning, that saw the come up. They know my ins and out. They can relate to me. They can really tell my story. Y'all people are going to people that don't know your story. You can't relate to them, and it's like it's not gonna hit the same.
Yeah.
So
how do you feel like now? So think about like obviously the same concept being applied to now with NIL, right? I'm always an advocate for having your own content people, your own team, because at the end of the day, like you're a walking brand. And as you go to the next level, whether it just be college or whether it be pro, right? Like you're still going to need your team there to help build your brand, to help support you, to help keep you straight and narrow, right? And when you get to the point where like you sign with the agency, for example, we all know the agencies really only put out for the top people. Yeah. So sometimes it helps having a person around you that understands it and stuff like that. So how do you feel like with the way NIL is changing, it's impacted the creative space? Do you feel like there's more opportunities now for people, or you feel like it's a free for all, or like how do you feel like that's helped kind of change it in a way?
I feel like it's still a free for all, in my opinion. But there is some type of structure coming from it. So, for example, the people that I work with, they have the brand pay me instead of it coming out of their pocket. And I feel like that's the right way to do it because then everybody eats. Yeah. So, and at the same time, you're really saving the brand money because they don't have to bring these big crews and this and that. You just get a nice creative, dope creative that can do photos and videos and keep
Makes
it pushing.
It easier.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I feel like I've had my fair share of that too, where it's like, you're like that player's main person. Then when the brand comes in, they're like, yo, can you do this? And they typically just pay for it. So I feel like that does help creatives in the long run. But I think it kind of goes back to our original point of like also not being one track minded, not just focusing on like social content, not just focusing on clout chasing or whatever, like really having a business mind, because you never know what those opportunities can turn into. Like at the end of the day, like this is not NIL related, but like think about Cam Bev when he was working with Kelly Oubre. Like all the dope stuff he got to do literally from working with Kelly, you know, and I'm sure a lot of like brand partnerships were related to that, where it's like doing some cool stuff for Converse and doing some stuff where I think it was like Ferrari, he like helped shoot like a little ad for them, like just super cool stuff like that, where at the end of the day, like you got to be able to go in these rooms and have real conversations too. Yeah. Like can you create a pitch deck? 9 times out of 10, no. A lot of people can't. And it's cool because like social media does help. I feel like a lot of younger creatives get on, but it's like it's removing your professionalism because now you don't have work experience. You don't really know how to navigate the professional world, and everybody's like freaking out because they not getting hired for stuff or they not getting booked for stuff. But you're not thinking long term, like how a lot of these situations could really turn into an opportunity for you. Yeah. Like you might be working with a kid that maybe they signed with Jordan Brand. Now you can do something dope for Jordan Brand that literally just came from you, like came from your mind. And it saves them having to go in and draw up some stuff and make a play. Like you can make a play too.
Yeah.
Like that's something to really think about. I think a lot of times too, like that reminds me of kids who like, I feel like that 18 to 23 to 24 range, like they think they should just get everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, why can't I get hired at that school? I'm better than who they got.
Yeah. I'm nice.
I'm nice.
Yeah.
I'm cold. I'm way colder than this person. But it's like you don't have a degree. Like you have nothing to fall back on. A lot of people don't even know how to fill out, like do a resume. Can't send an email.
Invoice.
Can't send invoices, but you doing hella content on social for athletes. And like the way these opportunities coming, they coming crazy. But we can't put you in a room with nobody because you can't even speak English.
Yeah. You can't articulate.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild.
Like I don't know. I guess that's a tangent, but so what's next for you this summer? Like what's the big thing that you want to do?
The big thing that I want to do, I really want to capitalize off of Summer League this year. Last year it was kind of just like peeping the scene, really just seeing like just a fly on the wall, just trying to see where I could go, what I could do. But this year, there's at least 5 people that I know that are gonna be in there. So
that's gonna be dope, man.
I would love to. Honestly, I would love to do something with all of them, but still having my main focus, obviously. Well, actually, it's 2 main focuses this year. Keon and Kobe. So, and I have a lot of stuff on Kobe, and I got a lot of stuff on Keon.
Yeah.
So
I've been working a lot.
That's really my biggest thing is Summer League. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. And obviously, I'm gonna check in with Keon with his off-season workouts in Vegas too. So that would be cool. Just trying to really push my creativity on
Spit it out.
creativity on like long form content. Really just trying to see if I can really tap into that side of the brain.
Let me stop you there. Long form content. Which usually means day in the life content. Why does everybody think they deserve a day in the life? Why does everybody think?
Because the same thing, like everybody thinks they deserve a mixtape now.
Like I don't understand it.
To be honest, a day in the life of a random kid, Jimmy down the street. Like, bro, you're not even like that.
This is no disrespect to Jimmy from down the street.
Yeah, like Jimmy from down the street, you might be nice. But like, bro, nobody's watching that. It's going to get 50 views. Like the video might be crazy. But who's watching that? Like, nobody wants to see a video, a day in the life of you, bro.
So let me ask you this. Is it about the way the video looks? Or is it about the person in the video?
It's the person in the video.
So you don't think that people will watch a day in the life if it's crazy?
It got to have some substance. Like, I got shot in my leg when I was 5.
Oh my God. You're so dramatic.
Yes. I got shot in my leg when I was 5. Made it to the hospital, almost died, got up. Like some crazy story like that. You feel me? Or you got to be a 5-star.
That's like 2 spectrums. That's 2 extremes. Shot in the leg or a 5-star. Like that's crazy.
At 5. Shot in the leg at 5. Don't forget that.
I mean, I get it because I feel like everybody does have a story. So we're not going to take that away from anybody.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody does have a story.
But
that's extreme.
I know you've seen these day in the lives that have just came out of these random people. Like, bro, you going to Subway. Let me get a turkey and cheese.
Let me get the cookie.
Yeah, or let me
Please let me get 3 of them chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies.
That's great, actually. More of a peanut butter guy, though.
Ew. What?
Sponsor me.
But to your point, walking in Subway, doing nothing, getting a sandwich, little Timmy, little Jimmy from down the street that got shot at 5. Like, it's a great story, but nobody really wants to watch it. Nobody wants to see it.
Nobody cares, bro.
Nobody cares. There's 2 things I'm going to pull from that. The first thing is, I think we need to get back to making, like, having content like that cool again, where it's like, you really had to be really elite, or like your story does have to be crazy for us to, like, one, shoot and edit it, but also like consume it. Because now that everybody has it, it's not special anymore. Now that everybody has a mixtape, it's not special anymore, right?
Yeah.
But I think the other thing that's interesting too is that creatives are becoming, quote unquote, just as important as the athlete to some people. Like, this is a real thing.
I'm sorry.
So there's this guy, he had a shirt that said creatives are the new athletes. And it lit a fire under people's ass on Twitter. And people got, like, obviously just seeing it, you don't have any context. Yeah. But, like, your perspective is whatever you believe it to be. And people are mad as hell. Do you not agree with it? Or do you, like, how do you feel about it? You don't think creatives got clout? Like, you don't think they like that?
Creatives do have clout. But the people that think that they have clout, nobody cares. You know, what do you always say about the proximity thing?
You're only as important as your proximity.
Nobody has a clue who, okay, the best photographer ever, he takes pictures for the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm. Andrew Bernstein.
Yeah.
He's a GOAT.
The best photographer ever, right?
Arguably, yes. No one knows who he is. If you seen him on the street, you wouldn't know.
That's what I'm saying. So does that mean he's one of the best?
Does that mean he's not important?
No, he's important in that proximity.
I want you to know. Photographs by Andrew Bernstein.
You feel me? He's in books. You feel me? Like, come on. He's in books, bro. He's in books.
I mean, I feel it. But think about it, though. Okay. Obviously, we're talking proximity, right? Let's talk LA area.
Yeah.
You got Cam Bev.
Nice.
You got Cool Mac.
I mean, he works with LeBron James.
Nick in the Cut is out here.
I mean.
We got Cassie Athena.
Come on.
You got some real hitters. You don't think that they as big as the athlete?
Man.
They influencers in their own right.
Man. You know, honestly, Nick, for sure, when I was at the Balls Life event that we did a couple weeks ago, I saw him signing autographs. I thought that was cool. Like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, like, for him to not show himself on camera and still be like, I mean, now he's kind of showing himself, but like, people were like, hey, Nick, can I get your autograph? Like, I thought that was dope. But like, we're not the athletes.
It's one-offs. You feel like it's one-offs.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
I feel it. I feel like it's a dangerous place to kind of be.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you are skilled, you are talented.
Yeah. And
you might really be like that dude or that girl, but it's tough to say that you're bigger than the athlete or you're just as important. But at the same time, like, sometimes you are. And I think that that's a sensitive topic for people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's getting so bad. Like, honestly, it's a lot of media beef. And you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of creatives on Instagram, like, feuding, like, real life beefing.
Oh, I can do that effect better.
Like, you stealing my swag, you stealing my style.
Yeah.
You really not nice like that.
Yeah.
Your shit is grainy.
Mm.
It's getting crazy.
It is. People are being reckless. And, like, a lot of these people actually, they not really about anything when they actually see each other in real life.
Don't you think that shit is corny, though?
It's very corny, because why you gotta be behind the, Twitter fingers? I don't like that.
But it's like, what are y'all gonna do? when it's really time to like meet up, what y'all gonna do? Make a mix?
Yeah.
You
Pull the
gonna have
computer out. You feel me?
You gonna have a mix off?
Yeah. Come on now.
Like we really having mix battles.
Let's get all the best. Look,
bro,
get
like
all the best Bronny footage and let's have a competition right now.
now I do think that would be fire.
Yeah.
So I do remember watching these videos with you, the tournament, whatever
the tip-off,
tournament, the tip off, and they had the creatives kind of competing for what $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like interesting watching them, and like again, we will always go back to this: you're only as important as your proximity, and that's not to take away from anybody's talent.
Yeah.
But like listening to them talk about like them being like the best.
That's what I'm saying.
That's dangerous.
There's some people in this space.
I think that shit is dangerous.
There's some people in this space that don't post that are better than.
Come on, bro. Like,
come on.
I feel like the best creatives got like 100 followers. You don't even know who they are.
Exactly.
Half the time.
Exactly.
But that's not to say that like them dudes wasn't good. It's just like that's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Cause like you really think like obviously everybody should have high self-esteem. You should think that you're really good at whatever it is that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But like when does it become too much? Cause like the reality is art is subjective.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people probably think I'm ass, and that's okay, right? But it's like
same. Probably
when is it okay to walk in the room and be like, I'm the shit. I'm the best. Ain't none of y'all touching me.
Honestly, when you have the best clientele. Like if Cool Mac walked in right now and said, I'm the best, I'd be like,
but why though? Why? Is it just because of who he's shooting?
I wouldn't say who's he shooting. Actually, yeah. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, actually, no, I take that back.
Mind you, I'm a fan, so this ain't about to turn into like a Cool Mac's not that nigga type of situation.
I know, no, I know. You have,
that's
you have
my
5
boy.
of his balls.
Yeah, come on, he got a whole wall in my office.
Yeah,
but
balls,
like,
yeah,
you know, when you think about it though, like, what is it based on to some people? Like, you know, like me, I'm a huge fan, but like I'll see people in his comments, for example, that might say, you know, like he sucks or whatever. And that's for all of us, right? So like when is it, I'm going to ask again, when is it okay to walk in and be like, I'm the best?
Bro, when you can literally, again, this is somebody that I feel like, okay, LeBron is one of the best players in the world, right? He can walk anywhere and he's going to get mobbed, right? Anywhere in the world. Pretty sure, right? When he can walk up, dap up Bron, take pictures of him in his face without it being weird, or not a lot of people can do that. Go to his house.
That's when you've made it.
Somebody of that category, like Neymar. Say I don't know if you know who Neymar is, or Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Like when you're on that type of level and you film doing these athletes, and you know, even I'm pretty sure he can go to the agency. He can go to Clutch Agency and be like, "Hey, I want to shoot some stuff." Like when you can go into rooms and just be like, throw his name, Cool Mac around. Like he can probably go to Nike. Didn't he have a shoe with Nike? Something like that.
I mean, this man has had his own shoe.
Okay, exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
So
that's
he's
what I'm
different.
Saying. That's what I'm
different
saying.
For sure.
He can literally go anywhere and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm Cool Mac."
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
I feel it.
I can't say that about anybody else.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate, right? We know Cam's one of the dopest. We know he can walk in a lot of rooms, do whatever he wants as far as content goes. Right? We know he's a respectful young man. We know him personally. So you're saying that it's based on clientele. So let me ask you this. Do you not feel like there's photographers, videographers, whatever, that have really bad work, but have great clientele? Now we're getting unhinged.
Yeah, but
let's talk about it.
I can't off the dome.
I can, and I'm not gonna name anyone.
They get unhinged.
I'm not gonna name anyone. I would never do anything like that. But
I can't think of any.
You can't think of anybody whatsoever that you felt like
They used to, but now they getting better. Like they actually are decent, you know? Like so like they started, but now they're
all right.
Yeah.
Is all right the best?
No, it's not the best.
It's not the best.
Yeah. It's not the best.
So like what's the prerequisite for being the best? It can't just be clientele. I think that's the problem now with the culture of
like
creatives, bro. It's like we've seen it. The moment somebody shoots an athlete that's popular or a celebrity in their camera, sometimes it's just walking by. It ain't even a personal shoot. Mm-hmm. You might be somewhere and Chris Brown might walk in, and creatives get on the internet and be like, price going up. They homies, everybody in the comments. You nice. Whatever.
Because they took a picture of him?
Photos, overexposed, grainy, maybe out of focus. Mm-hmm. How many out of focus photos have we seen? And folks is in the comment, go, 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 go.
Yeah, because it's LeBron.
Like, when do we put an end to it?
People don't want to hear the real anymore. We are done with that age. You're going to get canceled.
You saying anymore? When did people ever want to hear the real? Do you feel like there was legit a time?
I don't know about you, but
where people kept it real?
I don't know about you, but my circle, they told me my stuff sucked when I sent something. I can literally show multiple messages where Kobe's like, bro, this is really bad.
Wow, that's a blessing.
Like,
that's a blessing.
This is not good. I think you did better with this. He has no shame in telling me that. It's been like that since.
That is rare to find. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't know if I personally feel like there was ever a time where people just kept it real when it came to that kind of stuff.
Really?
I've never seen it. Now, personally, I have experienced it to some degree, but I demand that out of people around me because I want to be better. I don't want yes men and yes women around me. If I gotta do something to be better, I want you to tell me. If I'm being mediocre, if I'm putting out hot garbage, I need you to tell me. Like, I'm demanding that from anybody around me. Yeah. But, like, I can tell you right now that if I didn't demand that, people will legit just be like, you're good, you're great, you're amazing. I've legit intentionally done stuff half-ass, and people are like, this is the best thing they've ever seen.
I mean, that's how it be sometimes, though.
But that's not good for us.
It's not.
It's not good for the creatives because it adds to the ego boost. Oh, you like that? I should change my IG to e-boost instead of e-boost.
I like that.
E-boost. But it adds to the ego.
Yeah.
Because it's like now you don't have people that's able to be real with you. Like now you think your stuff nice. Mm-hmm. And then you walk around and this is why we have media beef.
Yeah.
Because everybody think they shit cold. And also everybody thinks that they're the first one to do something.
Yeah.
Like everybody thinks they're the first one. You come in, you don't know who started what, right? Yeah. Maybe somebody did, maybe they didn't. But like once you go on a tangent and you going on Instagram and Twitter and wherever you know you got happy fingers and you tweeting about that stuff and you think that you created something that maybe was already there, like that's problematic. I mean, luckily, like you don't deal with that kind of stuff. I'm glad you're a good citizen. You do a good job of being tamed.
I have good people around me.
But it gets crazy. Mm-hmm. And you kind of be getting unhinged a little bit when you be feeling a way about stuff.
I really try to keep my emotions under check, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta let it go.
So what's like the thing that annoys you the most? Because you do get a little fired up.
Is it done yet? Is it done yet?
Bro,
faking conversations
to get to the is it done yet
is
is
it
crazy.
done yet? I freaking hate that. I'm sorry. That shit, I'm sorry, bro. That shit fucking blows me. Bro.
Unhinged.
I'm sorry, bro. I had to yell because don't fake check up on me.
It's the small talk. It's like the hey, how are you? How you been today?
Bro, like you really just want to know, is the video done?
Hey, it was good to see you a couple days ago. Have you gotten to those edits yet?
Yeah. Why do you ask? I will let you know. You'll be the first person to know. Every time. If the video's gonna be there.
I mean, some people want their content though. What you want from them?
That's cool. That's cool. That's understandable. But if I let you know up front that, hey, it's probably not gonna happen until blah blah blah. Why do you try to force it and think I got there sooner?
They butter you up too, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. They do. Every time. They'll call you and be like, hey, what's happening, man? What's happening?
You know, you my dog, man. I really love when you shoot stuff for me, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actually, I want to make sure if this person that's watching this video, I'm not talking about you because you do start the conversation like this. It's not about you. I just want to make sure that you know that.
This person.
Yeah, this person. I love you. I love you, man. He's in San Diego. I just want him to know that. All right. Now, anyway, to go back to it. Yeah, like, bro, why do you butter me up? Like, fake check up on me, start conversations. Like, bro, that just makes me not want to do the video. And honestly, if you want to be honest, I can put this out here. When you rush me,
you take longer.
Yep. And half of the time, I'm throwing it together. You don't know the difference.
That's savage. That's savage.
Unhinged.
Damn, that's sad. So you gonna put it at the back of the list?
Put it at the back of the list.
Have they paid you yet?
No.
Oh, to the back. Bottom of the stack.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel like everybody, it's crazy because the people who fucking pay on time never do that.
Man.
The people who pay early up front,
Uh-huh.
they never do that.
Yeah.
They just trust your judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, don't worry about it. Whenever you can get it to me, cool.
Nah, you good. Every time.
It be the people that haven't paid you a dime. I need it tomorrow. You know, like, damn, I just left the event or I just left the gym. Can I get a couple selects?
How them clips look?
And they take forever to get that bread back.
Next topic.
Net
30.
What the fuck is net 30?
Are we serious?
In 2023, net 30 is crazy.
How many things do you have? PayPal, Zelle, cashier check. I learned that from Corey.
Shout out Corey.
Yeah.
Cashier's check.
Regular check.
You forgetting Cash App, Venmo,
Apple Pay.
It's getting crazy. Bitcoin. Seriously. I mean, there's a lot of ways.
You can actually pay in Robinhood now. Crazy.
I mean, if you working with people who up in Robinhood, they better be paying on time.
Yeah.
They better be paying on time. Net 30 is crazy. And I mean, like, I feel it because, like, when you working with brands, it's always net 30, but
not the
net
brands.
60 and net 90 is insane. And I really want to talk about this. And I'm going to try not to get bothered by it.
Nah, say some names.
No, we ain't saying no names.
Say some names. We unhinged.
I think it's important for people to realize that, especially as a full-time creative, like, there's obviously the spectrum, right? There's people that still have full-time jobs and stuff like that that can support themselves, who this may not even apply to. But, like, people that work full-time freelancing, it's impossible sometimes to live a healthy life when you are waiting on money for 30, 60, 90, 120 days.
240.
You know, like, you really got to think about that. And, like, obviously everybody don't know, so I try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like rent is due on the 1st. Maybe I did a gig that's like $2,000 and I'm waiting 3-4 months for it. So in the process of waiting on that, that means that every day I need to go out and shoot something that's going to get me money quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a concept I don't think people understand. If I got a bill that's due in a couple days and the gig I just work isn't going to pay me until 30, 60, or 90 days from now, guess what that means? I got to keep doing stuff every day of this week until I can get enough money for whatever that bill is. And for some people, it might be as small as like a cell phone bill. But for most adults, it's rent, it's car notes, it's car insurance, it's food, it's gas, it's, baby food. It's all kinds of stuff. And it's like you're expecting people to be able to live and you getting frustrated because people asking for their money. But goddamn, like people got to live.
Yeah. But you wanted your content.
But you want your content tomorrow, tonight, when I get home. I haven't even gotten home yet.
Yeah. I ain't got in the car. Started it up.
And I'm supposed to wait after I've bust my ass to get you this content tomorrow. I'm supposed to wait another 90 days to get my money.
That's y'all advertising.
Like, that's crazy.
That's y'all advertising.
Yeah. Sometimes putting it out before you've even said yeah. That's a crazy concept. And then get mad when you ask for your money.
Unprofessional. You're unprofessional.
You're badgering them. It's a really sensitive topic for a lot of people.
It's sick.
And I feel like it's even worse now because gas is so high. Like, you got your car out here now.
Yeah.
How much do it cost you to fill up your tank? $85. And how many times has someone asked you to come shoot something for free?
More than I can count.
How many times has someone asked you to come shoot something for maybe $100, $120, $150? Right? And then it's like, if you set your price, it don't matter what your talent level is. If you set your price at $150, for example, people would look at you like you crazy.
Yeah.
But yet $85 is going to gas. I got to drive 30 to 50 miles to get to you. I got to shoot for 2 hours. And then I got to sit in traffic on my way home 2 to 3 hours. And if you're special enough that I edit your stuff right away, an hour to sort, 2 to 3 hours on the edit, and that's a mid edit, maybe. What if I go crazy?
Talk about it.
8 to 10 hours of work, and you talking about free or 150. This is why people be unhinged, bro. This is why people be unhinged. And you know what? When you work in an environment like that, and you grinding, and like this is what you're doing every day, it takes a toll on your mental health, and it takes a toll on your creativity.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day. I really want to sit down 1 week and work on a new flow.
And just like try something different.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, we all want to be better. We all want to learn something new. But like a lot of times, like you don't even have time for that. Especially when you get in business like crazy. Like you don't have time to learn something new because you literally going. You don't have time to get a new flow. You don't have time to like learn a new feature and maybe like an editing app or anything like that. And it's small stuff. And again, like your creativity now is stunted because you got all this work that you got to do. And then you got no time for self. All this work and you got no time for self. And you got to repeat this cycle every single day with people who can't pay you on time. It's not motivating at all.
It's not.
Sometimes I wonder, like, why we all do this. Because people sometimes, like, I love what I do, but at times it is miserable. But I'll talk to other creatives, and people seem like they are miserable.
More miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Are you having fun right now with what you do?
Yeah. I mean,
you don't got no bills.
I mean,
It's different when you don't got bills.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have little small ones, but it's nothing like what you're dealing with.
No, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
I'm having fun, obviously, because of, at the end of the day, I could still be in Alabama. So,
I mean, that's true. We got to humble ourselves a bit.
I could still be in Alabama.
Yeah.
Recording Alabama.
But when's the last time you did something that, like, you was, like, really geeked about?
Shooting the Trailblazers on their road trip.
That's different, though, because that's, like,
A little kid inside of me. Like,
that's a whole new experience, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is, I mean, that's really why we do this, right? Mm-hmm. We are hoping that one day we'll get an experience like that, that we're going to be wide-eyed about.
Yeah.
You know, like, when you really get to take in and look around and be like, yo, this shit was dope.
The experience, I can't even explain. Like, I recorded some stuff.
Yeah.
But, like.
But you got to film, like, Steph and LeBron and.
Yes, like, people I always wanted to. I mean, because to be honest, my parents aren't driving to Atlanta to go watch Steph Curry play or driving to Memphis. That's the closest NBA teams for me. So, like, and even then, the prices were too much. So, to be right there and watch Steph Curry, LeBron in person.
Yeah. It's different.
That's crazy. And matter of fact, not just watch them, I'm in the back. I'm walking by Steph. I nod at him. He nod back. Like, you feel me?
He nod back.
Like, come
you
on,
feeling
man.
good now? He nod back.
Yeah, I felt good. Dapping up Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, bro. Like, that's experiences I'm not going to have in Alabama. So that always takes me back and humble me. Like, yeah, it is a lot, but a lot of people would kill to be in that spot.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so I just want to personally put this out here and thank Keon Johnson. Keon Johnson. Hey.
I mean, yeah, because you met Dame,
Ant, Shaden, Jeremy Grant.
So we're going to get back to it, though. Would you do it for free?
100%. 100%. If I can get access like that, 100%. Because it allowed me to be in that space and actually present myself to these players and have them pay me. Because they're not going to, obviously, whoever I work with to get there for free, they not going to be like, oh, yeah, he does it for free. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, so.
You would hope so.
I would hope they don't do that.
Jesus,
so,
that would suck.
Exactly.
Hey, man, use him. He's free. That's a dangerous game.
Exactly.
That's a dangerous game.
Exactly. You showed your hand.
Yeah.
You showed your hand. So, yeah, I would 100% do that. Like.
Yeah, I feel that. That's worth it, though.
I really want to go into detail about how crazy it was. Like, but I don't know how much I can give out there. PR things. But, you know, like, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was really just crazy.
Yeah. Once in a lifetime opportunity, though.
Yep. And we're running it back next season.
So, I have a question then. Would you shoot for a team?
No. Heck no. I would just say it's really, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to shoot for a team. It's a lot of deadlines. Working for the players, it's freedom.
Yeah.
Creativity, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, these players have no clue what they want at all. They just want results. So,
I mean, obviously your access is different.
Yeah.
When you shoot for a team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would say my access is pretty good, like, but obviously I can't shoot on the floor. Maybe if I get a more of a relationship with them, maybe, but I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah.
Going in the locker rooms, I think I can do that, but I just never wanted to force it. I'm really like, there's not too much that a team photographer can do that I can't do.
Yeah.
Now that I really think about it, like there's nothing like too crazy where I'm like, oh shoot, dang,
Yeah.
I wish I was a team photographer so I could have got that.
Yeah.
But like, we're in the same hotel, we're on the same plane.
Yeah.
It's like, come on now. I mean, I can go to
it.
If I wanted exclusive content, I can literally be like, hey Trendon, I'm coming to your room. All right.
Yeah. I feel like you touched on a good point though, and that is, working that relationship so that you get more access. And I feel like there's two types of people, right? There's people who don't ask for stuff, and there's people who do.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's that simple.
Yeah.
And it's tough because it's like I've always been taught that closed mouths don't get fed.
Dang, Keon says that all the time.
All the time, right? But it's like at the same time, like you also don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. So it's like you could be in a situation like that where maybe it doesn't hurt to ask, but sometimes like when you ask, you get looked at like, here go this person, like wants a little bit more, wants more access, begging or whatever. But then on the flip side, like if you don't ask, maybe you miss out on an opportunity.
You gotta find that fine line.
It is a fine line, and I think a lot of people don't have the discernment enough to understand where the fine line is. But like I think like that's extremely important, especially like I say it all the time, like treat our friendship like a non-disclosure agreement. Because everybody that I'm around, you gotta assume is gonna be a high level person when we shooting, and it's like you gotta act like you've been there before, right?
Which I'm way better with now.
Like, and I feel like a lot of people, at the end of the day, like we're fans of the game, and that's what's like super dope about the role and the position that we're in now is because like you got to think about it. Like my favorite player was Kobe, right? And to get to shoot him, that's a different type of time. So it's like, how do you not get like crazy excited and butterflies and you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you really got to act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
Because the next time, there's always going to be somebody else, right? And when you in these rooms and you in these situations, it's like, you don't want to look like the person that is doing too much. You want it to come to you organically. You want it to happen organically.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't think a lot of people really understand. And they wonder why they don't get opportunities and stuff like that. And sometimes it's like, it's as little as like how you move. Like people watching you. You never know who's watching you. And it's like, you might one day be in an arena just shooting, doing your thing, whatever. But like somebody in there watching you. They watching how you move. They watching how you interact with players. How much time they spending with you. They hugging you, chopping you, dapping you up. And they eventually gonna put you in a room to be able to do what you want to do. So like that patience is always important. But at the same time, I mean, for real, like if you don't ask, sometimes you will lose out. But it's like, what would you rather do? Be the person that has the genuine relationships and you get what's meant for you? Or would you want to be known as the person just like, almost like a shark? Because you going around and you just like being thirsty.
Genuine, always. It works every time.
I feel like when you're genuine, it takes a lot longer.
It does.
But
and it does suck.
It feels better.
People, that shark they way to the top. But, there's more negativity talked about you. And, people are less willing to work with you majority of the time. And if you come genuine, it's less negativity. So it's going to be negativity, but it'll be less negativity.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's tough. Like, that's a tough thing to measure. But I'd say the genuine route is the route, like, personally I like to take. But
I don't know.
it's interesting. Because it's
that
like
dream.
you had the access.
Yeah.
You could have been a beggar.
Yeah.
Dame?
Yeah.
He got a camp coming up?
Yeah.
Hey, man, can I shoot your camp?
So the players that gravitated to me, I didn't ask. I became very genuine.
Yeah.
And things just happened. Now this is also Keon being the genuine person. Hey, like, you know, he...
Yeah. I feel like it's I mean, this is just my personal perspective, but I've always believed that it's better for, like, people to advocate for me than it is for me to advocate for myself.
Beautiful.
The reason I say that, though, is because I am a little arrogant in knowing that I can do whatever. Meaning that I always say, like, it's equivalent to a God complex without the narcissism of, like, I really believe that people can do whatever they put their mind to. And what's meant for you is for you. So, like, I don't ever feel like I'm going to miss out on my opportunity by not saying something. I feel like it's already written. So, like, if I see you, I may not say nothing the first time I see you. And you might be somebody I want to work with. Month from now, I'm going to see you again. I still might not say nothing.
Yeah.
I still might not ask. Next thing you know, maybe I know somebody you know. Maybe I did some work for somebody you know. Or we might end up in the same place. Now it's like, boom, man, I've seen you a few times. Like, what's up? Like, can we work? Like, that's how I feel like a lot of my opportunities come.
Oh, yeah. Recently.
And in the back of my mind, I know it's going to happen. I never doubt it. I'm like, if it's meant for me to shoot with this person, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If it's meant for me to get this project, it's going to happen. Otherwise, like, it ain't mine. And I'm not saying don't ask for things. I'm just saying that, like, for me personally, like, when I walk in the room, I'm like, if this is mine, I'm going to get it. However, you know what I'm saying? And I don't need to, like, step on other people to get there. I don't need to, like, be a beggar to get there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be sincere. It'll be genuine. It'll be whatever. And sometimes I feel like that has hindered me because I might not have asked. I might not have said nothing.
Yeah.
I might have seen a celebrity that I wanted to take a picture with just for the sake of, like, having as a memento. And I didn't, right? Because I'm being too cool or I'm being, like, respectful. And then I watched the person like, hey, can you take this pic with me? And I'm like, damn, I should have did it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'll live with that before, you know, I'll take that.
That's interesting that you touched on that because Chris Paul, I had to.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
But some people you do, like, you kind of have to. You got to just be like, all right, bro, I need this picture.
Yeah.
Come here. Take this picture with me.
And I waited to literally the last camp, and it wasn't weird. So
yeah, but they respect it.
Yeah,
he probably seen you somewhere. He probably seen you running around with that camera, and was like, respect. Now, what would you have done if he was like, nah, man, get out, get out my face?
Take the L and move on.
Really?
I'm not gonna be salty about it, like, you know.
So you're not gonna get on the internet and bash him?
No. Why would I do that? What does that
That's
get
what
me?
a lot of people do.
It's not going to get me anywhere. Oh, Chris Paul didn't take a picture with me? Maybe he had a bad day. Maybe he's tired of taking pictures.
That's fair.
I mean, before I even took the picture, the man said, hey, I really appreciate what you're doing for us. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Like, people not doing that. Especially league players. The star ones. They're not doing that.
They're not talking to you?
No.
They're not saying what's up?
Nope.
They're not dapping you up on the way by?
Nope.
Hey, man, how's it going, brother?
Nah. Until they see your face a couple times.
That's fair.
Like, Portland doesn't count. Like, all of them, like,
yeah.
You know. But, like, anybody else? Nah.
But I feel like, you know, depending on who it is, you get the nod.
Yeah, like, I feel like we could get the nod with KD.
KD, I feel like would speak to us.
Yeah.
That's cool shit though.
Yeah. That's hard. That's
Hey,
hard.
what's up, man?
Yeah.
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you really think about it, man, I'm always say this, but like, and we might have to wrap it up after this one.
Yeah.
But like legit, like we are so blessed to be in the position that we are. Because like, I mean, you come from Alabama, I come from Wisconsin, Chicago. And it's like the reality is a lot of these people like we watch growing up or we watch on TV and like you really don't get access to them
At all.
And then it's like,
especially in Alabama.
Now you really get to like be in rooms with people and like seeing them as people, seeing them do what like they do like at the highest level.
Yeah.
You know, like that's crazy.
It really is. It's a blessing, really.
And like sometimes I feel like we get as creatives, like we get so entitled, but it's like we don't have to be in this space. Like I was watching The Shop, and Damson talked about like, what if us as celebrities just like got off the internet? What if we just like disappeared? What would happen? Like what would be left? And that's like crazy to think about. Because now you have access, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really wanted to work with the baby, for example,
mm-hmm.
you could DM him and he may actually see it and be like, yo, like your stuff is dope. Like I got a show in LA next week. Pop out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you a pass. What if these people just disappeared and was like, we don't want social anymore. We're not going to be on the internet. What the fuck would we be doing?
Shooting cars.
Shooting what?
Shooting cars.
Who the fuck would be shooting cars?
Hair salons. The reality of it is, everybody always needs content.
I mean, yes, 100%. Marketing ain't never going anywhere.
Yeah, you don't need an athlete or a celebrity. Like, there's always going to be something.
That's fair, but like,
That's what I'm saying.
It wouldn't be the same.
No, it wouldn't. You'd be bored, but at least you're making bread. I have a counter for that. So it's like...
But would you be?
You don't think companies would hire you to...
Would you be? You talked about all your opportunities coming from what?
Athletes. Well, shout out Miss Tish. A hair salon in Portland, Oregon.
That's interesting. I mean, I think next time we hop on the pod, we for sure gotta like talk about that because that is an interesting topic and
aspirations.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it would be the same though. If they just hopped off the internet, I think that like your opportunities would look completely different.
100%. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have. 100% they would look different. You don't think with the pictures that you take, not Sprite. Maybe that's too different. Prom. You don't think Prom would hit you up and be like, hey, could you take some test shots for us? And take some pictures and you want to be like, okay, cool.
No. Because the name of the game is not about your talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's about who you know.
Mm. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
It's who you know. Mm-hmm. Look at it this way. If you got 100 followers, you're not on social media, where are you getting your opportunities from? You probably got a network of people that you work with already consistently that you can reach out to and you can get consistent work. Yeah,
and then you touch them, then they touch another person, that touch person, another person.
So a lot of times it's who you know.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I got 100,000 followers. Prime go look at my Instagram, see all these people I'm shooting. They probably gonna DM me.
Yeah. Hey, we like your work.
A lot of times that's who I know.
That's true.
Who I shot, who I've worked with. If that all disappears, what do I have left? Not saying it'll never happen, but it ain't gonna be as easy. Unless I know somebody at Prime. So I need you to think about that. It's not what you know. It's who you know. And Prime we really want to be sponsored by you for this video, so but follow us on Instagram, Creatives Unhinged, my boy V Boost, the real J Will. You already know, episode 2. Peace.